Got that haircut though. Yo, what's up, Brick Squad? It's your boy Matty F here, back again with another video. That might be the new intro for my videos, so let me know. Anyways, guys, today we are back again with Matt's Mind. I apologize for missing last week. You guys know I was super sick, but this literally whole week is going to be crazy uploads, crazy content coming, so make sure you guys are staying tuned. And of course, before we go ahead and get started, make sure you guys go ahead and smash the like button down below and subscribe if you guys are new. If you guys were not aware, Matt's Mind is the weekly Q&A series in which I invite you all to comment questions or topics for discussion down below in the comments. And of course, if you want to be featured, all you have to do is do two things: comment, obviously, and number two, be sub to the channel. So the first question for today's episode is actually going to be a question that I have literally been getting throughout the past maybe 2 weeks. It's probably going to keep going until I actually answer the question fully. That is coming from Elijah Z and then another Z. Do you have any thoughts about what your next mock is going to be? My next mock is set in stone, 100%. It is. I've actually been playing around in LDD, designing some stuff, and I'm not going to say what it is just yet because obviously I do want that to be a big reveal. So because it is Matt's Mind, I will obviously give you guys a hint. So without giving it away, I will say that the planet or the setting that I am actually building is going to be something from recent Star Wars lore. It is something that we have been aware of, and something that is currently, or not currently, but something that will be coming out in the very near future. So that's my hint for you guys for the next mock. I do plan on releasing, or I guess not releasing, but announcing my next mock probably middle of March or something like that, so make sure you stay tuned. And obviously I cannot say what I'm going to do next. However, it is going to be my biggest project yet. I'm still in the works of actually getting a bigger table in my already crammed room and just all that kind of stuff. So it is coming. I know what it is. You guys are just gonna have to wait a little bit longer. The next question, actually kind of similar, comes from Sir Lumpy. He asks, do you think your next mock will be based on episode 9? I mean, it would help if we had some sort of information, whether that be a trailer or like just a picture of where this big battle is going to be. I don't know. You're just going to have to stay tuned, I guess, man. Next question comes from the Rubber Ducky. He asks, have any thoughts about the recent UCS rumors floating around? So if you guys were not aware, there are basically 2 rumors going around right now, none of which are officially confirmed. Number one, there's supposedly a UCS Tantive 4 for around $200 coming for May the 4th. And then there also is supposed to be and I think it's like a $400 to $600 ISD Star Destroyer UCS set coming in October. Those are my 2 most desired UCS sets. You guys know, fans of the channel know that the Star Destroyer is literally my #1 most wanted set of all time. So the fact that I could potentially be getting my dream UCS set come October is going to be super cool. I'm really excited if it does go through, because obviously the old Star Destroyer is magnificent, and then obviously you progress in terms of technology and parts and stuff like that in like years up to where we are, and now you can only imagine what Lego's going to make it look like. So I am very excited. My thoughts on it, like I said, very excited. I do believe it's going to happen. It makes sense. Obviously this year is the 20th anniversary of Lego Star Wars, and I think it would make sense for them to do the 2 most OG things we could possibly think of when it comes to Star Wars, right? The first thing that we see, or in May the 4th, we are going to be getting that Tantive 4, and then the second thing we see in Star Wars is going to be that Star Destroyer, all from episode 4. So if you're to ask me, I do believe those are coming out. I have no idea if it's official or not. I do hope it does. Those are my thoughts about those 2 UCS sets. Next question comes from T Lego Boy. He asks, what is your experience in buying Clone Army Customs figures, and would you recommend it? So I actually have a few Clone Army Custom figures. I have 3 501st Trooper figures, which are tucked away, so I'm not going to pull them out. And then I also do have 5 of the Stormtrooper variant of the 501st. It's like the blue stripe. It's like Vader's fist. Overall, I think I'm past the point in my Lego career where I'll be spending $25 on a single minifigure. That is not to bash Clone Army Customs. In fact, I think that their stuff is really good. It's just that it's a lot of money for a single minifigure. I do really appreciate the fact that it's all printed, though. I know other people do decals, which is fine, but I do like printed. So if you have money, I would definitely suggest getting like 1 or 2, just because I think it's a cool feeling to have a completely custom printed figure. You know, I think that's a really cool experience. In my opinion, I probably won't be buying any more Clone Army Customs. In fact, I actually will be reaching out soon to Clone Army Customs to work out some sort of sponsor deal for the next mock. That's a hint, maybe. But in terms of my like ordering experience, every time I've ordered, I've gotten my orders on time. I have never had a problem with inquiries or delayed or something like goes wrong with the order. So in terms of that, I've had nothing go wrong. I think the products are great. It's just expensive, but again, I understand why it's so expensive. Next question comes from Mysterio 1264. He asks, what will you do with Kessel when you finish bringing it to conventions? So most likely after Virginia, which is going to be the last convention I will be taking Kessel to, I will tear it down. Obviously, I will be keeping the Kessel Run Falcon, but everything else in terms of filler, some of the parts in the MOC are actually some of my friends from the LEGO community, so I need to get those parts back to them. But I will just be breaking down Kessel, obviously, for parts. I don't have a massive collection, as you guys can see throughout my room. It's a pretty small room. So I will be rediverting those parts. I will be relocating those parts to future MOC buildings and stuff like that. The next question comes from Carter Deering. He asked, what company do you get your custom guns? Calamari Customs, Brick Arms. What was the company of the weapon on the 501st you showcased? So a couple questions here. Number one, what company do I usually get my customs from? It's going to be either CAC, Brick Arms, or Area Light Customs. Area Light Customs, I've gotten the Death Trooper equipment. I've gotten the Death Trooper rifles, which are movie accurate. I've gotten the single shoulder pauldrons. Then from Calamari Customs, I usually get clone weapons. That's actually the weapons that I used for the 501st Troopers. It was all at like a booth, so I just wanted to pick up some more clone rifles. And then the last one is Brick Arms. That's where I get the majority of my custom guns. The E11s, the Faux 11s, the first order weapons. That's where I got the most of them. In my honest opinion, I think that Brick Arms and Area Light Customs are my favorite for sure, because the Brick Arms E11s are so nicely detailed, and they're not that bad. You know, they're obviously $1 or like 80 cents each, which is definitely expensive. But if you order, you know, a couple over time, you amount to, I think I have like 30 or 40 now. So they are great quality products, and I do get them very fast in shipping. So again, the three main ones I use are Brick Arms, CAC, and Area Light Customs. The next question comes from Ballistic Builds. He asked, what do you feel are the most effective / good investments I should make for my photography / video producing in the LEGO community? This is a great question. It all depends on how much money you have. I was very fortunate enough to have a job, so I can divert some more funds to new upgrades. For example, this camera right here. For example, I'll have this camera here, which is mainly for videography and vlogging. And then we have the GH4, which I pretty much use for thumbnails or other like kind of cinematic shots. The question is, what investments should you make to upgrade your sort of producing on YouTube? Number one in my list is going to be lights, some studio lights. You can buy like a pair of really good studio lights for $60 on Amazon, which is not terrible at all. In fact, I'd say that once I got those lights in, it's been such an increase in quality. So I think the number one investment that a lot of people overlook is lighting, because lighting is everything when it comes to this stuff. And then obviously like a camera, right? I'm assuming you either already have a camera or you kind of already know what camera you'll be using. Affordable upgrades, I would say lights and then a microphone, or something called a lavalier microphone, which basically just clips to your shirt. You can plug it into your camera, plug it into your iPhone or whatever you're using. That is going to be a really good source of sound. Like I said, quality is everything when it comes to YouTube. Aside from MOC building, obviously, which is a main point of the channel, I do try to produce a really good quality. So having a good mic, I have the Rode Mic Pro on, I have the EOS M50 on a tripod. So I guess three things to highlight it: lights, microphone, and a camera tripod. The rest is kind of going to be up to you. I mean, it all depends on how much money you have to spend on I guess a camera or whatever. But again, those three things are probably going to give you a really good start when it comes to producing content. Next question comes from Preston. He asked, what is your favorite version of the Star Wars walkers made in LEGO? The AT-AT, the AT-TE, the AT-OT, the AT-ACT, the AT-AP, or the AT-M6. Woo, I don't think I've ever actually mentioned all of those at the same time. So I'll separate it into two different groups. Right? So we have, I think you asked what version LEGO has made. So out of the LEGO sets, I think either the AT-M6 or the AT-TE, I think those are the coolest in my opinion. I think the AT-M6 is actually a pretty good set. But in terms of general, what is my favorite? It's definitely got to be the AT-M6, man. I think that thing looks so menacing, especially when you put it next to an AT-AT. Obviously, the AT-M6 is much larger than the AT-AT. So I'd say out of just general Star Wars lore, the AT-M6 definitely tops the cake for me. Next question comes from Ross's Brick Productions Vlogs. He asks, have you read any Star Wars books? If so, would you recommend them? I have not personally read any Star Wars books or comics, but I have had tons of people recommend them to me. I know there's literally a book about everything in Star Wars, so I honestly think I will get into that. I'm probably going to do the audiobooks. That way when I'm editing or when I'm like building, maybe I can put in my headphones and just listen to an audiobook. I know that Star Wars books are a great way to learn about more lore and more just information behind Star Wars stories. So for that instance, I would definitely recommend it to myself, and I guess to anybody else who's interested in learning more about the Star Wars universe, but I have not personally ever read or heard any of these books. And the last question for today is going to come from RD. Sweet video, bro. Appreciate it, man. A random question. Do you think / wish LEGO would make a 1x5 plate or tile? Heck yeah. There's actually a lot of instances where I'll be building MOCs and there'll just be not an even amount of studs in between like two pillars, and I'll have to be like a 1x4 and then a 1x1 plate. So I think if Lego did make a 1x5, that'd be super cool. I'm not sure how efficient or practical it would be for Lego to make a 1x5. Like, I'm not sure how often that would come up in terms of necessity when it comes to them making or designing Lego sets. But as a mock builder, I'm always excited if they make new parts. A 1x5 would be great. I have no objections. I think a 1x5 in every color would be super cool and very, very useful to all mock builders out there. Just kidding. And the last question for today comes from Imperial Bricks Productions. Do you watch any Star Wars lore YouTubers, i.e. Star Wars Theory, Star Wars Explained, Generation Tech? I've watched Star Wars Theory and I've watched Star Wars Explained. I used to watch them a lot, not gonna lie. I used to watch like a video a day from them like a couple of years ago. I watched Star Wars Theory's fan film, which is really good, I think, considering with what limitations were on him. To answer your question, currently I really don't find myself watching Star Wars lore anymore. I think the only times I'm on YouTube is either for watching other Lego YouTubers like builds, or either like their news videos or something like that, or in terms of like gaming stuff, like which some of you may know that I also like. So I don't watch any Star Wars lore YouTubers now, but I did used to watch them a lot. Anyways, guys, that is gonna wrap it up. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you to everyone who did submit a question, and if I didn't get your question, guys, I apologize. Just go ahead and comment it again in this video. That way I know where to look for new questions. Got a really, really awesome week of content coming up, guys. Tomorrow, Thursday, I will be doing my prequel debate stream with Rich Boy J and Garrett Bricks on my channel around 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern time. I will put a community tab post out for you guys to remember. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Friday is going to be the Kessel Falcon review video, and Saturday is going to be the finale for building Kessel and Lego. So we got a fun week of stuff going on, guys. You guys are not going to want to miss it. Make sure you all got that bell icon clicked, and of course, before we go head out, make sure you go ahead and smash the like button down below, and I will see you all later. Peace.